All right, in this video, we're going to be going over a quick version of the 90-90 base position for internal hip rotation utilizing PAILs and rails. So for this setup, we are going to start with the right leg as the back leg. We'll show the regression of this in just a second. So the right leg is the back leg here, roughly 90 degrees at each leg. To bow our stretch and open the hip capsule, we are going to try to turn towards this right leg or your back leg, and you're going to sit into the hip. It's not necessarily going to hit the ground, but we're going to bow the stretch and find some tension through here. We will sit in this stretch for as little as 30 seconds to as high and long as 2 minutes or longer, depending on what we've recommended for your program. After this 2 minutes, we go into our PAILs contraction. Our PAILs contraction will be bracing the core, flexing into both legs, and the actual PAILs effort will be driving the ankle into the ground. We start at 1%, virtually nothing, and then we ramp up to our safest, greatest effort. From there, our rails contraction will follow. We will stay statue stiff in the body, and then we will attempt to lift this ankle up. It will not lift because it's an isometric. There should be no movement, but you're going to fight to produce tension in this leg. You're going to fight to establish a contraction and awareness and connection to this tissue, and we will hold that effort for roughly 10 to 15 seconds as we fight up, building tension on top of the leg. From here, we switch, we go back to PAILs, going down, ramp it up from 0 to 100%, or your safest, greatest effort, roughly 10 to 15 seconds worth of effort, and then we switch again, rails effort, ramping, safest, greatest effort, 10 to 15 seconds of work, back and forth, and those are your PAILs and rails contractions for the leg. Anywhere between 1 and 4 sets, up to 5 sets, depending on what we've recommended and what durations we've recommended for your contractions. After that, you just simply sit into the stretch and you try to deepen it. Now, the regression of this is to simply sit higher on a platform. So it is the exact same setup. We're still in our 90-90. Now we just turn towards the back leg and we're elevated. So the hip is not quite as bunched up. The core is not as smashed together. It's typically a little easier to stay in this position. And then we go through the same thing. PAILs effort going down with the ankle, rails effort attempting to lift up, back and forth, just like I said before, 10 to 15 seconds in each direction for the recommended sets and reps that we have decided for your program. So that is our 90-90 hip internal rotation, PAILs and rails exercise for the deep hip capsule. Opening up workspace here. And if this is not quite right, we have a seated version of this too. We can regress further so you can be a little more comfortable and get a little deeper into the hip capsule. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see y'all on the next one.